A little outline of sort of fuzz, maybe static in the window, gives a shrug to you. You can tell it's got a lot of attitude as it sort of nonchalantly crosses the kitchen and knocks one of the other little cups off of the counter onto the ground, and you see it spills a little bit of tea over.
Oh, Schmotz, careful over there.
No, it's all right. I set it near the edge. You see your mother goes over, picks it up. She sets the tea.
Okay.
You can see that there's a little chip in the tea cup.
Here, let me put that away for you and clean up. And
yeah, all right.
And as she's doing that, she's going to try and quietly, kind of wave her hand over the cup. And the cup will sort of just like magically fuse itself back into place. I'm casting the mending cantrip.
You see that little pieces of it come back together as Schmotz lays a finger on the corner. And you see almost like the static pours into the cracks of the cups before refilling, and a little blink of brightness before it's back together.
Not something I haven't seen 1,000 times, you know. A little clumsy sometimes, not always paying attention to where I'm going. So I'll just take it over to, wash it, set it off to the side.
Mm-hmm. You go over to the kitchen, start washing. As you look out the window, you see in the other direction, there's a rising sun. And you see it illuminates a path going out and down into the forest below. On that route, we see another of our characters, and we're going to go ahead and jump over to Chris's character. Chris, could you go ahead and describe who we see walking down this path in the morning light?
All right. So you see a guy who's he's got a leather jacket on. He's got some gloves on his hips. He's got 2 pairs of axes, 2 different colors. And he's got a different color face. He's got like a red face. He's got a beard. He's got pretty much everything. His name is Xray. He's basically a mercenary. Basically, he gets hired for different jobs. He goes out into the world and explores stuff and finds different technology for the community that he lives in. He typically likes to keep to himself, but he does, when he does have to deal with people, he does deal with them in ways he needs to. But
as Xray sort of travels down this path into the forest, you see that there's maybe 1 or 2 other people out in front of you. They divert away along different roads, headed off into their various directions. You recognize one as the timberman, another is a water boy, but you're on a different mission this morning.
Yeah, I'm gonna just go to where I'm going.
As you sort of look side to side, you pull out a little scanner that's integrated into your large axes that you carry on your back. As you put them together, they form sort of a beacon, and as the blades spin in the air, you hear a slight beeping. Go ahead and give me an investigation check. First check of the campaign.
All right.
First check of the campaign.
Let's make it a good one. Okay. Okay, what's my investigation? Oh, not good. Oh, but I rolled good, so I got an 18.
Awesome. You are on the side of the mountain for probably an hour or 2 that morning, going back and forth. Every once in a while, you hear a faint as a static just sort of comes through. You managed to crest one of the peaks, and as you held your beacon out west, You hear the faintest meow.
It's gotta be him. It's gotta be. I gotta head in that direction. West.
You put your axes back on your shoulder and see a vast ocean out in that direction, further than the reaches of even your longest communications. But there's a chance that it could be out there.
I don't care how far I gotta go. I will find you, my friend.
We circle back around the caldera to the other side, where we see a pair of individuals sort of walking down the path together, headed out into the forest, doing some guard duty today, guarding the edges of the farmlands and the grazing lands. We see two of our other characters. We're going to go ahead and have Milo describe them first.
Yeah, so Milo is standing there, or I guess walking, and has one big long braid and as many pockets as she can fit on her person at any given time, and is looking out to the forest, but her eyes keep traveling back into the city and doing kind of a head count and checking in on people as well as what's outside.
As Milo looks around, she sees a vibrant forest, much livelier than any of the other areas that you've been through in your long journey through this land. You breathe the clean mountain air and think back to other times. Images in your mind flash of struggling to survive, getting by, becoming aligned with organizations, becoming aligned with people, breaking apart, going on your own, finding your own way. What does Milo feel here on this mountainside?
She feels settled in this moment, knowing that she has found a place that is worth protecting and is worth, she feels that protects her as much as she protects it. And she feels a little lighter than she probably has in recent time, although is still stressing about food rations and making sure there's no rot in the crops and different things like that.
And there are always dangerous animals from the forest. As you continue along your walk, your companion striding next to you, go ahead and let's hop over to them. JC, would you like to describe your character for us?
Yeah. So next to Milo is Blitz, who is this kind of basically their shadow, kind of a small young girl wearing a hood and is very closed off. Like there's this beautiful landscape around and they are just eyeing it with the pure intent of finding any disarray and not actually taking in any of the moment. They are very much on guard, and if they had hackles, they would be up. They are just sort of totally in their own element, focused.
As you look around fervently, you clutch a book in your bag. You remember back to your times as a scholar, just like reading about these mountains. You had tomes and tomes on these Indigo Mountains. As you sort of survey the hillside, go ahead and give me a nature check if you'd like, or survival if you prefer.
Okay, let's see. That's gonna be 14 for nature.
As you look around, you recognize most of the creatures and animals around here as native. Lots of pines. There's some eagles flying above. You see the billy goats, of course, and the deer. But you notice some other strange things. There's some beetles around. You see these like iridescent sort of beetles. As you manage to catch one, you take a closer look and realize it has no real body to it. It's sort of just like a little, it sort of looks like a little, like a battery cell almost underneath with some like gears that rotate to get the wings going.
When I kind of notice what it is, I sort of brush it off. Not
You see it
very concerned.
goes away from you. You see it lands on a nearby tree. As you peer out over the forest, you notice that there are some concerning things on a tree, maybe a half a mile ahead of you. You see it's bent and broken. Do you two approach?
I certainly. Milo. Does this look strange to you?
Well, it doesn't look good to me, at the minimum, so. Yeah, I would think that Milo approaches. Watch my back.
I'm gonna be on guard.
You creep towards the tree. So this is sort of one of your guys' duties on patrol here, is to check out anything unusual. As you approach it, go ahead and give me some sort of check related to investigating this tree. You could do investigation, nature, survival.
I'm gonna do survival. Ooh, that's an 18.
You see deep, straight cut lines, 4 wide, just slash across the side of this tree. You see that they are deep enough to have like broken through the midpoint of the tree and cracked it in half. It looks like the blades were just like, they just cut through and then snapped it, like turned and snapped it without any damage or like leaving anything behind.
Does it look animal in nature or like something mechanical made it?
Based on the straightness of the cuts and how clean the lines are, you can tell that whatever the cutting surface was not natural.
I point that out to Blitz as well. We might need a couple more guards around here, or maybe send out a search team just around the perimeter. Something's out here.
If these are other people, this could be bad.
Yeah. My thoughts exactly.
As you guys continue along your route, you notice several more trees like this. They sort of lead down away from the area of your patrol, and you can see maybe 2 or 3 more in the distance outside of your patrol bounds. They seem to be heading down the hill into the valley, not towards Venterra, but away from it.
I would feel more comfortable investigating if we had someone to take over our post. Would you agree?
My instinct is to figure out what this is, but I know that you are very much a stickler for the rules, so if you have to.
I'm afraid I do have to. As the one that created the rules, I find it's good to stick with them.
Milo, you know that you have a little shortwave C radio on you. They give one to the leader of the scout party. So you guys have like 2 or 3 in the whole community that actually work consistently. You guys have one of them, so you can call in if you want and chat to the people in Venterra about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna call in. She's gonna pull it out of her breast pocket and. This is Scout Troop 1 reporting in.
Hey, it's Arthur here. What's your report, Scout Troop?
Arthur, love to hear your voice. We have some suspicious activity. No visual on any living being yet, but some trees out here have been sliced up pretty good. Nothing natural that we can see.
How bad is it? Like a whole swath of trees, or just a couple?
Well, bad enough that I'm going to need some reinforcements. If you could send 2 scouters out here to replace us so we can go investigate, that would be best. Thank you.
All right, I'll call him over from West.
Thank you kindly.
You're welcome. Arthur out.
Yeah, the second that the radio statics to start the call, Blitz is gonna try to scamper up a tree and get a distant look.
Awesome. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
That's cocked. 9.
As you look out, you don't really see much beyond the trees and animals that are around. You do see a flock of birds sort of fly up from the direction that the cuts came in, but other than that, nothing really noticeable. Yeah.
There was a flock of birds that moved, and I have a feeling that may mean something, but I can't see if they're still around.
Well, I think the closer we get, the easier it is to see. And Lord knows I can't get vertical like you can, but I'll go on the ground if you want to keep going through the trees.
I'll keep moving.
All right, you guys continue on your way, and we are going to jump back into the town. Joan, Stacey is probably finished up with breakfast now. You have some duties in the field this morning that you have to do. Unfortunately, everybody has some work, plowing or picking, etc. I think you might be muted.
I did mute myself. Yes, thank you. This is one of those jobs that even Stacey can't really get away with avoiding, because people would probably freak out if there was a hoe flying through the air. And the last time that happened, she got blamed for throwing her equipment, even though nothing got thrown or hit anything. So she's gonna be kind of disappointed, but I guess it's what you gotta do sometimes. You just gotta help out. So she'll gather up her things and prepare to head out to the field.
Awesome. On your way, you overhear Arthur saying, "We'll send another team." Yeah, you're welcome. Do you stop and ask him about it?
And I hear this from Ethan's I hear it from the remote control, the walkie-talkie, or
Yeah, from Arthur's walkie-talkie.
Arthur's walkie-talkie.
He's sort of he's a farmer, local guy. Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Arthur. What's going on?
Stacey, what can I help you out with?
Oh, I just kind of maybe sort of possibly overheard that they needed some extra help, and like I'm here, I'm available.
Oh God, yours like a fruit bat.
What? No, fruit bat. What's a fruit bat?
Anyways, you want to help out? You can go get 5 on Sam for me, will you?
But couldn't I help?
Yeah, go get 5 on Sam. That's how you help.
But I could go participate. I could help out. Like Schmotz does some really cool stuff, and I bet that would be really helpful for whatever kind of like investigation or fight or whatever is going to happen, right? I could.
Is this that same Schmotz who was responsible for throwing that hoe of mine?
I'm telling you, he didn't throw it. He was just
the same Schmotz that I can't seem to see or find responsible for this act.
Yeah, that's the same one. That's the guy.
Well, in that case, please just go get Sam a 5 for me. I'd really appreciate it.
Oh, okay. I'll go do that. So she leaves the area, and then the second that she's out of his sight, she goes running off towards the forest.
Amazing. Go ahead and give me a perception check as you run along the edge of the fields towards the forest.
Cool. It's a 20.
A natural 20?
Not natural 20, but is it? Actually, I have
20.
advantage on this anyway, so I could still roll it again.
Go ahead.
Because of my enhanced perception for being a neo-human. So let's try that again.
That's right. All of our players are playing a new race designed by yours truly. Neo-human, it's basically humans, but we've got some extra features in there to help out. Give a little flavor to each of these characters.
Well, that was a 6, so I'll take the 20 then.
We'll take the 20. You see a group of people sort of surrounding the well. There's a little family there, and maybe 1 or 2 other people.
Okay. On one hand, Stacey, like, she's got a job in mind. On the other hand, like, there's a lot of people gathered around a well. That's interesting. Maybe something happened. You never know. Water is very important around here. So maybe she can help out. So she's gonna kind of kind of quietly step up behind and just kind of try to listen in to whatever's going on.
As you listen in with that dirty 20, you hear you see this is just a local family. Jack and Chrissy are the dad and mom. You see they're sort of Jack is arguing with a couple of the warriors. He says, I just was here like 2 hours ago and this was fine. What's going on? And Thomas is like, look, man, we don't know. It's been like this every couple hours. We've been trying to deal with it. It might have to do with the weather this time of year. We just don't know.
Excuse me.
Hey, Stacey.
Hi. How what's going on?
Well, take a look. You go over to the edge of the well and you see a large spike of ice hanging from the bucket. It looks like the bucket has been frozen over. And you hear them hit the chain. You hear it rattle all the way down, and you hear it just hit ice at the bottom.
Huh.
As you peer down, you see little static, effervescent bubbles come up.
Cool. In this case, it might be nice to cast some magic. So how am I going to handle this? I want to cast. I think I want to cast Detect Magic is what I want to do because this seems like a magic-y thing.
Awesome.
So, since I have the Awakened Spellbook feature, I'm going to use that to cast it as just an action. So basically, Stacey walks up, and what everyone else sees is kind of just her pupils like widening, like unnaturally a little bit as she goes in to take a look. What she is seeing is basically like everything getting outlined, almost in like a digital landscape, as she knew what that was.
You see a small shortwave radio pops up on your wrist as you scan the area. You see outlines of several creatures deep within the mountain. It's hard to make them out from this distance. They look like they're sort of close to the edge, maybe. You see a cavern leading up to the base of this pool of water, and you can see deep beneath it, at the bottom of this pool, is like a huge block of ice, this huge wall of ice that seems to be crystallizing throughout your water supply.
So, do you think that the monsters could maybe be the source of the ice?
Sorry, the monsters?
Yeah, the monsters, like way over there.
Well, why? Why would they be causing the? Can you give me a little bit more information?
Well, I mean, like it's kind of hard because they're like fuzzy and like way out there, but like they got this like big block of ice, and maybe they made that block of ice. Like maybe that's what's making things so cold, right? If there's like some kind of icy, scary, cold monster out there.
You see, they sort of look at each other, and Jack turns to you and he says, "Stacey, do you want to take Violet and Hazel into town for me, or?"
Oh, I'm actually on like an important mission. I kind of forgot about that. So
right.
I should probably go take care of that mission. So
you should do that.
I will
that
go.
Would be important work.
I will go do that and stop
Mm-hmm.
stop bothering you. You can do your important work with dealing with the ice monsters.
We appreciate it.
Gotta go.
We can figure out the reason behind this. Yeah, we got it.
I just told you that. Okay.
Absolutely annoyed at being dismissed, of course. Stacey once again leaves frustrated.
Stacey with them.
Xray, we're going to jump to you. You have sort of completed your sub goal for this day out, but you do still have some chores to do in terms of hunting and gathering some resources. You're expected to bring in some food today.
Well, I guess what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get back on the road and start heading into the forest to look for some grub, I guess.
Awesome. As you sort of go throughout the forest, go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Ooh, gosh. Can I do like nature or survival? Sure. Maybe
I'll let you do nature or survival.
Okay, I'm gonna. It doesn't matter. I got a nat 20.
Incredible.
Okay.
You're sort of just like looking through these trees and forests. You do find some some springs, actually. You happen upon these crystal clear pools of water. Much of the water in these lands is contaminated with these like effervescent, bubbling micro creatures of some kind. But this water is pure and clear, and you can see straight to the bottom. As you sit down on a large stone in the center, you pull out a rod and just cast out into this mountain pond. You have an incredible day out here on the water. It only takes you a couple hours to catch probably a dozen or so little trout. You have them on sort of a hook rack on your back. And yeah.
Right,
what are you thinking about as you fish?
I think what Xray's doing is he's thinking about thinking about his cat, thinking about his family that he doesn't know, thinking about like his past life before Venterra. What he could have done to stop whatever, what happened to the world. He's trying to figure out what he could have done differently. But at the same time, he's trying to figure out like what's his next step to do right, to make sure he doesn't make the same mistake again.
The last time you had peace and quiet out in nature like this was before the boardrooms, before the technology, before the warheads, before any of the contracts and the NDAs and the politicians and the lawyers. Before any of that, you were just out here enjoying the wilderness. You remember your son by your side and your cat rubbing up against you sweetly. As you sort of are on your way back, Stacey, you run into Xray. You guys sort of cross paths here near the exit of the mountain, the exit of Venterra.
Oh, hi, Mr. Xray.
Hi, Stacey.
Did you find anything new today?
Got a lot of fish.
A lot of fish? What, anything new? Anything really cool?
I got a new lead, so who knows? I may be leaving Venterra soon.
What? No, you can't leave. This is home. This is where you are, right? This is where you're supposed to be.
Yeah, you might be right there, but I'm looking for someone. For a couple people, actually.
Oh, I know pretty much everybody in the village. Like, you can just tell me, and then I can like go find them and stuff.
Well, the thing is I don't remember them very well. But
you mean like you forgot today? Like I forget about things all the time, but people, that's...
Stacey, it's different than that. But I do appreciate your concern. Where are you running off to?
Oh, I am responding to a call to action because they needed someone to help out in the forest. I'm going to go help out. And maybe you can come along too. Like, you're big and strong, right? You're good at this kind of stuff.
Xray's eyes widen and is like, they sent you on an important mission.
Yes, definitely. Of course they did. I am like super good at my job. Really good. I'm gonna go deal with the monsters that are causing the ice that are filling up the well. So you can come with me if you want.
From
but
the middle of
Schmotz
this
and I am
conversation
probably
to Milo and Blitz as they approach these several broken down trees. Go ahead and give me some investigation or perception checks, you two.
I will be doing perception, and also Milo kind of has the thumb sleeves. Oh gosh, and pulls one down and unsheaths her sword, which just takes a flick of the wrist, and a large bone that has been like whittled comes out of her sleeve.
See this massive.
Nat 20.
Let's go! Let's go!
Wait, no. I got a natural 19.
Okay,
Wow.
let's go! Let's go!
I think they see some things.
We make a great team.
As you guys get closer to these trees, you notice immediately there's a huge boulder sort of blocking part of the entrance to it, but there's a massive cave like just beyond the trees, like around the corner. You can sort of see into sort of parts of the corner of it, and it seems like there's like a pile of snow or ice on the inside of the cave, sort of up against this rock. You also see that several of the trees have been slashed in the same way, and you can see like large swaths of like permafrost on the ground, like areas of the land which will never hold any type of living creature again.
Does the boulder look big enough that we can't move it with just the two of us?
You two could probably move it together.
On a count of 3.
On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. And we're gonna shove the boulder out of the way.
You guys pop into the boulder. Go ahead and give me some strength checks. You can do athletics too, if that's better.
I will be doing that.
16.
15.
16 and a 19.
15.
A 15 and a 19.
15 and a 16.
Sorry. You guys hear as a bunch of ice just cracks. You seem to have made a bunch of movement, but the boulder isn't seeming to budge right now. You do, however, hear a deep bellow from inside.
Oh, no.
Hide. I'll face them front
Yeah,
on. You ambush.
My first instinct is to immediately find a hiding spot. I'm like gonna try to sneak into the shadows, just out of instinct.
Awesome. Sure. Yeah, you sneak away, but the two of you quickly realize that there's not a real threat here unless whatever's behind the boulder can move it. What would you like to do?
Can we see behind the boulder? Like, do we have a flashlight or something that we can look into?
Yeah. Go ahead and give me another perception check.
Ooh, that one's a lot worse. That's an 11 from me.
Yeah, unfortunately, as you try to get your light in there, all you see are like craggly blue rocks and like brown stones falling on the ground. It just looks like a lot of ice and dirt and snow in there, as far as you can see.
Are we familiar with like the? Oh, sorry. Like
No,
the
you go for it.
general area and layout of Venterra, and
100%.
where this like cave, like if it's a cave system or anything like that, like should we be concerned?
You go ahead and give me a history check.
Okay. 18.
Yeah, you definitely know that there are a bunch of cave systems in Venterra. All of the ones within like your area, your zone of like where you guys have to what's the word? I'm forgetting. Anyways, the areas that you guys cover when you're on your patrols, those areas have all been mapped out and those caves have been explored. None of them have seemed to attach to deeper caves, but there's probably deeper caves in this mountain.
Is this one of the ones that has been mapped out already, or is this
No.
a cave that's too far? Okay.
You guys had to travel. You guys had to get another patrol to cover your patrol. So, yeah.
And it seems like whatever was, at least on the basis of like from what we can tell so far, it seems like whatever was doing the clawing has gone into the cave and sealed itself inside, or does that feel separate?
You feel the bellow. Whatever is in there is a massive creature. Whether it's connected to the slashes or not, you're not really sure. You'd have to get a look at it.
But it feels like it can't come out without moving the boulder.
Yeah.
I turn to Blitz, or I turn to wherever I think Blitz might be in the hiding that they're doing. I think we go back and talk it out, because whatever this thing is, it's stuck in there, and I don't see any reason that we need to get into the cave, at least not right away.
Before I answer,
are gonna actually cut back from you guys to our other two characters who are standing atop the mountainside when they hear a huge roar bellow out in the middle of their argument.
See, I told you the ice monsters are right out there, and I can go take care of them.
Xray drops the fish, and he instantly draws his axes.
You hear a very wet flop as they hit the ground, and then yeah, what do you guys do?
Are you gonna? You left your fish there.
Stacey, not the time.
Are you sure? I mean, like that's some good fish.
Where did the
hard to get fish these days?
What is your mission?
Oh, right. I was going to reinforce the patrols out here because we're asking for backup.
Well, Xray is like, then let's get going then.
Yeah.
Oh, you're coming with me, Mr. Xray. I'm so excited. This is going to be such a fun adventure together, and we're going to go beat up the monsters, and we're going to be big heroes, and everyone's going to like us.
Oh, God.
Amazing.
Let's go, Stacey. We got to go.
I mean, yeah.
You guys...
And I just start running towards like the patrol.
Amazing. You guys start heading towards the patrol, racing down this hill.
Can I do a perception check to
yeah, absolutely.
Where the sound come from?
Mm-hmm.
Perception is that. I got an 8.
If you want to do one, go ahead and give me one, Stacey.
All right. I have, if it's sight based, I have advantage, but this is hearing based,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
So this is just normal perception check. 12, not bad.
You managed to find the line of wrecked trees leading down towards the other two PCs, and all. Oh, go ahead.
Can these claw marks? Can I do like a nature check to figure out like what made these?
Sure. Go ahead and give me a nature check.
Actually, can I do survival? Survival's higher for me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That is 21.
Something with mechanical claws. Something with like bulldozer-sized claws.
Whatever this thing is, it doesn't have normal weapons.
I
You
mean,
can tell by the spread that like these appear to be like the same spread as like how deep fingers would go like on your hand if you were to claw. But the lines are so sharp it seems to be mechanical.
Interesting.
Stacey is like struggling to keep up. She's just like, well, I mean, animals aren't supposed to have weapons, right?
I like slow down and I tell Stacey to get on my back and I'm gonna carry Stacey.
Oh, okay, that'll work. Yeah, she just clambers on right up onto your back.
And you guys sort of piggyback down the hill. When all four of our PCs meet up, you guys are all here together at the base of the hill, all together.
Help has arrived.
I make sure Stacey gets down good, and I look at Milo and I'm like, "What's the situation?"
Well, is someone covering the regular? It's fine. It seems like there's some.
Listen, my job was not to be on patrol today. My job was to just get food. I got food. I had dropped it. It's fine. We'll figure it out. It's on the path. Someone will fix it. Find it.
Dropped. Okay. Xray. Hi. Stacey. Hi.
Hi.
Cool that you're out here. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here to help.
I'm glad to hear.
I want to try to get inside that cave.
Oh.
It seems like
where
there's.
Where are you hiding?
They're just everywhere.
I mean, like, if you want to get inside the cave, I bet we can get inside the cave. I mean, it looks like it's just a whole bunch of, like...
Can I move the boulder by myself? Is that an option? I'm pretty strong.
I would like to see you try.
Before we get started, I don't think there's any reason to move that boulder. I mean, whatever's in there is tearing things up, but it locked itself in. I mean,
well, I mean, like,
have...
it's not all good, because like, it's the ice monster in there is freezing the well.
There's
the well in town that we draw water from. The ice monster is freezing the well.
You know, you could have led with that, Stacey, when we first met.
I did. I mentioned the ice monsters, and then you freaked out and dropped your fish. And I was like, "Are you gonna take care of that?" Because that seemed like it was a really important thing for you to hold on to.
Stacey, focus. Ice monster. Okay.
Right. Ice monsters.
Look, Stacey, look at my eyes.
Yeah.
Me and you, right now. We're
okay.
We're
what are we
monster.
doing? Ice monster.
Well, what's going on? Talk to me.
I don't know. It's kind of fuzzy, and they're like, I don't know. They're probably big if they're like freezing the water all the way from over here.
Wait,
so
you can see through the rock. Is that what
I mean,
saying?
Kinda. It's a little fuzzy. It's not like
Okay.
an exact outline, but
Can you tell how many of the monsters are in there?
that's a good question, Clayton. Can I tell how many monsters are in there?
You can go ahead and give me another perception check if you'd like at this point. Now that you're much closer.
I think that's
Can I, like, give
of
her-
my detect magic is still active.
Oh yeah, she has advantage already. Never mind.
Yeah.
I was gonna say can I give her advantage? Like encourage her? Like focus, Stacey, focus.
16.
The whole
Heck
time
yeah.
they've been talking,
Um,
just trying to shove the boulder just a little bit.
go ahead and give me a strength check just for fun.
I'm holding it in place from the other side.
One.
We need to talk about this.
15.
Stacey,
The same as last time.
you managed to get it just enough so that Milo has to give some effort into it. Stacey, you approach. As you run your hand over, you see your radio picks up pings off the inside. You feel magic in the ice that's holding this thing together. You feel magic deep in this tunnel too. You can see that whatever creature was there like a few minutes ago that bellowed it's not there anymore. As you peer in, you can see a tail of a quadrupedal animal traveling up some sort of cave towards the water source.
So it just seems like there's just one.
As far as you can tell, yeah.
I can only feel one in there, so...
Okay.
It feels huge.
But it's big.
Can you...
And it's...
Like, how big? Like, bear size? We're talking, like...
We're talking,
size?
like...
Bus
she just
size.
kind of hopelessly gestures with her arms outstretched. It's big.
Stacey's never
Okay.
seen a bear before.
Okay.
I've heard about them. I hear they're terrifying.
Well, I think we have a couple options. We could either A, get some more backup, which is always a good option, but with the well freezing, that's definitely a problem for Venterra, and we definitely need to address it. And honestly, I think we just need to address it ASAP. And I think we just move this boulder, which I can do it. I believe in myself.
I'll help.
Awesome.
Stacey, I don't want you to get hurt.
Don't worry about it. I'm not going to get hurt. I'm going to help you with, because it looks like it's stuck on the ice, and like maybe I can help.
Are you?
Xray?
How sure are you?
Xray?
How sure are you that this is the thing hurting the water?
Pretty sure. I saw it with my own two eyes, and she points to her like enlarged pupils.
As you guys get closer and stare into Stacey's eyes, you can it almost seems like for a moment like her iris spins. Psst.
Are we aware that Stacey is magical?
I am also curious to see Stacey try to move the boulder now that I want to understand what this is.
I'm gonna look at Milo and be like, Milo, I think we should give Stacey a chance. I know, yes, she does do a lot of different things, but at the end of the day, all she wants to do is help. I think we gotta trust her on this one. Because I don't think she would lie about this.
I'm a real bad liar.
I know, Stacey, and you've built up a trust. You've been very good since that incident in the farm with Arthur's
Look,
tools.
I'm telling you, I didn't throw it. It was just Schmotz was just working away, and everyone got all upset.
Okay, I think we move forward with the people that are here now, and I think we check it out. But if there is a creature in there, and if it's aggressive, we head straight back out, and Xray can show us his big muscles, and so can Stacey, and we can put that boulder right back where it is. Okay.
I'm gonna Milo, why don't you radio in to let Control know, because we...
Oh, no,
also,
that's not necessary. No, you don't need to worry about Control. They know we're here. They know we'll be fine.
Can I do an insight check?
Go ahead and do an insight check.
Stacey, look at me. Me and you right now.
Flat 10.
Okay.
Cool. My deception 11.
Stacey, what are you not telling me? I know you're lying. You literally just said you're a bad liar.
I am a bad liar. I'm very bad at lying, which is why you should believe me.
Okay.
Listen,
but we're taking you off patrol if this doesn't turn out. Okay.
Stacey.
Okay, it's fine. I know I'm right about this.
Okay,
I'm sure
I
of
understand
this.
that. But the best idea right now is to call for backup, to let them know where we are.
I can always
Because
just...
if they don't know where we are, and we get hurt, people may not come looking for us.
I could just send Schmotz with a message.
You do that, and I'm gonna. We'll do both just to cover all our bases, and I'm gonna start radioing to Arthur.
Oh no!
Awesome. You go ahead and pull up your radio.
How, in all of our effort to like move this boulder in just the slightest, is there even like a crack that anybody could fit through?
No, not somebody could fit through, unfortunately.
Okay.
I
there
think
is,
Milo
but there is a
gonna
crack.
see.
Schmotz might be able to fit through.
Schmotz could probably fit through.
But other than that, I don't know if there's anybody. You go ahead and get on the radio. What do you say to the radio?
I think Milo is like conscious of Stacey being a little bit nervous about the radio and is going to purposely not mention Stacey's name, and is going to go, Arthur checking in, making sure that there's a patrol going, and we found perhaps the source of the ripped trees. I've also heard that there's water freezing in the well. We may have found the source of that as well, but not entirely sure. We're going to go investigate in the cave, and then I give longitude and latitude if possible, or general direction.
Mm-hmm.
If not,
I'm going to suggest also to let them know who's with us, so they can make sure we do a head count.
Is that what do you add that in your message, or do you just wait once we say that?
I don't care who you say, but just
static.
Shit.
shoot.
Well, it sounds like everyone is totally fine with the group that we've got here, so we should just proceed as planned. They know we're here, so we'll just, take care of things.
I don't like this,
Stacey,
but
I think
You
I have an
guys
idea.
hear, and then a siren begins to go off after several small explosions in Venterra.
Milo's booking it
My
back.
idea has changed.
Milo runs off.
Milo starts running.
Does Blitz go as well? I'm gonna guess.
Yeah, I pretty much always just trail behind Milo. Reluctantly sometimes, but yeah.
Wait. We were just... And I was going to... and I'll chase after.
All right.
Oh, on the way, I want to send Schmotz to pick up the fish that we dropped.
Sounds good.
Man, Xray. Xray wants to just take a little look around real quick to see if he can find anything around. This, try to learn something about this entrance.
Yeah, give me an investigation check.
Okay. Not 20, please. Okay, I just threw that dice away. We're just not gonna worry about that. We're gonna grab a new one, and 9.
Nothing important. Unfortunately, you just see some ice and rocks. You don't really get a good look as you begin rushing up the hill after everyone else.
Yep.
As you guys arrive on the edge of Venterra, you see Arthur is standing there next to the fields. One of the trees you can see is burning behind him, and he says, "What's going on?"
I don't know. What's going on here? What happened?
He says, "Somebody blew up the whale." They and then you hear, what's that? You guys hear a deep rumbling as something begins crawling inside of this volcano. Emerging from the well is the head of some god-defying creature. It has no eyes. It looks like some sort of strange bat that's been frozen here in place forever. It's maybe 20 feet long on its just from like head to toe. And you see it opens its mouth to make a terrible roar before sucking in and breathing onto the tree. And you guys hear as a blast of ice freezes the tree solid. Villagers scream in the distance as the creature crawls out and enters the battlefield.
As I see this happening, can I tell Arthur, evacuate every citizen here? And Xray is going to take off his leather jacket and pull his axes out.
Xray throws aside his jacket, revealing almost like beet red skin. Arthur nods and runs off towards the village. What do the rest of you do?
Stacey is excited.
Is that what your weird magic eyes saw, Stacey? Is that the thing? Is that
oh my gosh, that must be the thing that I saw. I mean, that would make
is.
sense because like it crawled up out of the well. I would like to make an Arcana check to see what I can like discern about this creature. Because it's like clearly magical in some form.
Did you say it was a bat? Like a giant bat?
It's like a bat-like creature.
Okay.
How's the 17?
17. Clearly magical, clearly connected to whatever sort of force is animating other beings in this world, even Schmotz. You can tell just by the way the static sort of bubbles off from the ice of the tree.
Oh my goodness. I wonder what could have made this. Like, what could have possibly warped into something this big and terrifying? And the whole cryokinesis thing, that's absolutely fascinating. I wonder if maybe we could, like, ask it if it can not do the whole freezing our entire...
Stacey, I don't think it's the time.
I mean, like, we can make friends with it.
I don't think that wants to be friends.
Can we at least, I don't know, capture it alive or something? Learn a little more?
Our main priority is going to be getting people out of here and getting them safe because your actual friends are in danger. So if you can help with that, great.
I don't have any.
As you guys finish up this conversation, we don't quite have enough time for this. The creature begins to swipe away at the fields, destroying months worth of crops and grains. Blitz, what do you do?
I go, Milo, eyes up! And I am going to flex, and 2 daggers come out into my hands from underneath my sleeves, and I am going to start running into the fray.
Amazing.
Milo follows after.
Xray's going too. He's going in first.
I shrug and bring up the rear.
As always, a little bit less enthusiastic than the rest. But everyone hustles into battle, ready to fight this crazy cryogenic dragon. We will see you all next week on our next episode of Prismatic Horizons, when we will have our first battle against this fantastic beast. See you all then. Thank you so much and have a great night.